Mwangale. You know him as the musical genius that is Big Pin. He's one of the pioneers of the urban hip-hop and Kapuka sounds here in the 254, which ended up revolutionizing radio play and television entertainment to the digital era. And, he went on to see the en masse migration of Kenyan musical lovers from Western music genres to local music. Now, his EP, Pino, takes a dive into the person Big Pin and the A-list legendary artist who rocked Kenyans with hit after hit after hit. Is known for so many different hits like Natafuta, Bamba, Talk to You, Terra Mos, Terra Mos, Terra Mos. Listen, let me tell you, there's so many songs I listen to and I'm just like, that song can take me back to a time in my life where either I was in love or I was not paying any bills or I had just moved out, and I'm so sure it's the same story for you. And he's here with us in studio. What do you do, Big Pin?
What's up, Amina?
Sasa?
Salama kabisa.
Uko aje?
Niko poa, wewe.
Umeangalia intro yangu? Kwani umeangalia sana? Si ukweli? Nimedanganya.
Hapana, silikuwa naangalia. Kumbe even ndio inakuanga interesting hivi.
Inakuanga hivyo.
Oh, even ndio naanga tu kwa movies.
But it's true though. It's true. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I did this just for you.
For me, no,
just for you.
Hata shoes yetu na dress match.
Oh, I see that. Yeah, you got the memo because I had told your manager.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like yes,
that this is what we're doing.
I always got you, man.
Yeah.
I never disappoint you.
I appreciate. I appreciate. Have you been, bro?
I've been good. I've been very good. I've been easy.
Yeah.
I've been well. I've been in a good space. I've been happy.
I see that. I see that. The last time we were here, we were talking about Easter. Remember,
yes,
you came here with Nameless and the whole
crew,
gang,
the whole Pirates crew. Yes, yes.
And we were talking about Easter. It's been how many months now? I think about like
not months. This last one which you came with Bandana Isa.
Yeah.
The band. No, I wasn't part of that. I wasn't part of the Bandana Isa. When I was here last, I was here with you and Mayonde.
Oh my gosh, that was even
a longer time.
You know what's so funny is that my producer sometimes tells me, no, that person was here like a year ago, and I'm like, no, they were not here a year ago.
You know the thing with social media, it's like you always see people and you just feel like I've seen them, like they're okay.
I have seen them.
Yeah, but you've not seen them. I've seen you. I keep seeing you every
online.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's the problem of social media. Yeah.
Oh gosh,
that's
that was a long time ago.
That was about 2018, 2019.
Yeah.
That was the last time I was here.
And look at you. You've since then, just gone on to do so many other things, including a podcast.
Yes, so I have a podcast.
Yeah.
I have a podcast called Big Pin's Radius. So in the podcast, we basically discuss what's been happening in the Kenyan music industry from different artists, from different presenters, just from different perspectives, from different people. So I came up with that concept of the radius when actually during COVID. So there was this time when I was just like, I have so much to say, I have so many things to express myself with, but I'm not sure on how I can say. Do I write a book? Do I do a documentary? Do I do what? So I decided, you know what, to have the best out of this, let me involve other people. So other people who have been just part of the journey, other presenters, other artists, just people who have been in the scene, just to give their story and to share that same spotlight where we were doing the same thing in a different category on, so that people can just get to know what's been really happening and what keeps happening around my radius and around what's going on in the industry.
Yeah,
so
because,
yeah,
because a lot of people have it very misconstrued.
Very, very.
You think just because I have the biggest song on radio or the biggest song on TV, I am making money. Did you ever go through that where people saw your song?
Like, wewe msanii mkubwa wewe.
Wewe ni jina kubwa. Tulipie bill.
By the way, ni mchoyo sana. Ngoma zako mimi kwanza nakuanga fan wako kutoka zamani na hata wezi ni buy hata Kajoni Walker.
Na iko hapa.
Na iko hapa. Na mimi nimekuanga fan wako, nimesikia na ngoma zako kutoka nikuwe mtoi. Na wezi ni nini? Mwanzo akijua zile struggles unaenda like you go through for them to love that music and it's so interesting. Yeah, so those are the reasons why I actually started that podcast, just to educate people, let people know what really happens behind the scene. These stories, how these songs were recorded, what was happening in this time and era, the political scene, what's happening with, times when there were trends which were happening, which were negative, which were positive. How was it affecting you in different ways? So that's what the podcast is basically just about. And I'm going to continue, talking to different people. And it's a long-term project. It's not like a one-off project which I'm going to work on.
Yeah. In fact, speaking about the podcast, you hosted Fasha.
Yes.
Spoke of being a dad and an entertainer. You went on to host Habib. You went on to host Kolo, and a host of other different people. Because, people don't understand this, but as you host people, you get to learn so much. Who were some of the people that you had on the show, and it was such an awakening for you because they showed you a side of the industry, or they told you about a side of the industry that you hadn't seen before?
Very many. Actually, I got like gems from every individual, but the ones which really stood out was one Poji Rosso, George Mwangi. He runs Mook. He's been in the entertainment industry for like a very long time. So
he was with Styles?
He was with Styles. He's been Code Red. He's managed Modoni Buika. He was at the stage. He's been around the industry a lot. And some of the things which I got from him, which I thought, I've been in the industry longer, but from his perspective on just organizing events and how it works on the ground and what it entails, those are things which I personally, as an artist, never used to understand. Sitting at a show where kuja unalipa this much, so anything which happens behind, it's not really any of my business. Me, I've come, I need ABCD, and just to understand how that works from his perspective, and for you also just you to know as an artist, what I'm going to perform in such a place, or I'm going to do such a gig, I need certain things, or there's some certain elements which I have to do with or like without, or there's some things which I need to, it was very interesting. So I really got to learn a lot about like events from him. The other person I got to learn a lot from was Adele. Her story, I've always thought I knew Adele. It's like, yeah, I know her story. She's been in radio, she has this and this. But when I sat down with her on a different platform, in terms of just work and how she used to begin, how she started her radio career and how she just transformed into what she is now, it was a very enlightening story for me. I just felt like, wow, I never thought you went through all that. I've always seen you as the girl who had it lucky. You've always been a good family, you got a good job, but there was so much which I got to learn from her. So just in that aspect of just how people are, their personalities, what you see is not what you always, what you'll get fully, like you envision. You can imagine this person does this person looks like this, but what they're really going through is very different. So it really helped me understand just people in a different light and a different perspective.
Yeah. And I feel like, something that's not discussed enough is just how mentally exhausting this industry can be for so many people.
Very.
And there's so many dark moments where you could be having, like I said, you're just chart-topping hits. You're out here, your song is being played everywhere, but you're just not feeling yourself. You're low.
You're low.
You're depressed. Maybe you have too many bills to pay. The money that's coming in is not sufficient.
Too
much.
Yeah, because you're there.
The minute people see you on the trend, that's it. They're like, one Friday. Wewe na Matiangi, wewe sasa na Uhuru. Adisiem. You know what I mean?
I know that if accumulated just the fact that you've been seen on TV,
the two of you,
a whole different story.
The same.
And people don't understand that. So there's a lot which goes on for success to come, or even these people you see in the past, in the media and all, what they have different stories, and so that podcast really helps on that.
Yeah, you need to invite me on this podcast. We have invited you on this show 1,001 times. Uko number last.
Save the best for last. Save the best for last.
Ladies, this is how they like to you.
Save the best for last.
Do not even listen. But what inspired it? Why did you want to start it?
Because I felt like I had so much to say,
okay,
but I didn't know how to express it. So I was thinking, do I write a book? Do I express it in like music? But that won't really. I can express part of it in music, but this more which I think people need to know and which needs to be told. So that was like my whole drive. I just need to explain, so people need to understand. Because I used to get a lot of questions. Like when you used to record those days, how was it? It's like, I can't keep telling this whole story every time. Let me just put it out there. Then everyone who wants to listen to this story then can get access to how I can listen to it, and many other different people's stories as well.
Yeah, I feel like I've asked you that question twice just because you had just explained that same that very reason. But I was talking about DJing and how DJs used to just do their thing back in the day. And Kengelas used to shika, right? And so Lucas was telling me how they used to put CDs and they had to know which CD had which song and which mix.
Which mix exactly. Yeah,
I was like, things have really, really changed.
The work rate those guys used to do just for guys to
just dance.
Just to dance, imagine.
With the Johnny Walker. Excessive consumption of alcohol is harmful to your health. Don't drink if you're but you're not only doing the podcast, you're also doing a project in Ukambani.
Yes.
Tell me about
I have so me and a couple of people, my sister and a couple of friends, decided to start a charity organization, because we are always like, let's support charity. So kuna kwanga zile time mnatoa tu nguo zile nguo ziko hapo, like, okay, let's nini for charity, then you dump them there, then once in a while there's something happening, then you donate. So we decided, you know what, why can't we just come up with an initiative which makes sense, which is sustainable, which is long lasting, instead of just throwing random like random help. If you really want to make an impact, then let's look for a project which makes sense, which you can help to the end, So we got to there's this girls' school in Ukambani called Africare Kinder Trust. So it's a girls' school, and it's only girls who've been abandoned by under 8 years. So they have a companion boys' school on the side as well, but we are mostly focused on the girls, because the donors and the people who we're working with are really focused on the girl education and the girl movement and the girl child and just the girl initiative. So what we are doing for this initiative, the first project we're doing is we are drilling a water borehole, because there's no water, so there's no, just to enable easy supply of water. The second thing is we normally do this like on every month. We sit down and look at the things which we need to get. So if it's shoes, if it's clothes, if it's uniform, if it's pencil, so we sit down and decide, you know what, this month we're going to drive this initiative. So every month we have different initiatives, but our main initiative this year is to drill the water hole. So that's what the water borehole. So that's what we're really fighting. Fighting and basically now working on just to sustain our water around that area and that school, because the water project also helps the people around the community as well as the school as well.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
Incredible.
Thank you.
As a girl myself, I mean a woman, but I do feel
daddy's girl.
Right, daddy's girl. But as a girl myself, I'm so happy when I see men taking over some of these initiatives where they want to champion issues that do directly affect women, because we do play a very vital role in society. I don't know how you even found the time to do all of this and still work on your EP. Goodness. Well, so tell me about your EP, because that's a full-time job.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That is, and then the podcast, and then now with the EP, it's a lot.
It's a lot, yeah.
So tell me about the EP.
So the EP is like my baby. It's been like a journey. I've been just trying to think, you know what, I need to give Kenyans and my fans a different feel of who Big Pin is. And if for the few people who've listened to to the EP, it's very different from the Big Pin who we had a few years back, you get. So I've really tried to give a different persona, a different vibe, a different sound. Even the collabos that I've worked with are very interesting and very different. I've worked with Silverstone Buzz, who's like one of the hottest female rappers right now. I've worked with Naiboy, who's not in the country, but we did this project with him like a couple of months back, just before he went. I've worked with one very, very talented guy called Iggy. He's from he's still upcoming. You guys need to listen to this guy. That's what I'm telling you. Kenya has so much talent. So this EP really incorporated just my sound. If you've noticed, I didn't do any big collabs. I wasn't trying to prove a point. It's not an EP of trying to prove a point that I can do all this. It was just an EP of just to try and show my sound, where I am at this time, my feel, even what I'm singing about, even what I'm talking about is very different, and I'd really love for you people to listen to it, so you can just tell me, give me your feedback on what you feel is really resonating with you. But this was like a project which was dear to me, and it was also like a warm up. It was sort of like a warm up, because I am releasing my album in November.
This is your debut album?
You don't know? Yeah, my debut album in November.
Okay.
Yeah.
You got the name?
Not yet.
Oh, okay. That's usually such a big deal.
It's always a big deal because you always have to get the name so you can get the whole feel of
and the
what
vibe,
the vibe
and
of what the album is about.
Sort
yeah,
of,
yeah. So already have an idea, but we have 3 names we're sort of trying to debate on. Okay. So once I get like the one which you guys are settled with, I think I'll roll with that. So this is like a pre-game
like
for a warm-up. You know, this is what I'm going to be bringing to the table and more. So that's why there are no big collabos. It's not no videos yet. I just want people to listen to what Big Pen is talking about. Listen to what Big Pen is saying. You know, listen to what Big Pen is going to be giving. You know, and just enjoy it and just have the vibe, man. That's what I'm about now. I'm not about hype. I'm just about good vibes. Enjoy your vibe. You know, do your thing. As long as you like it, as long as you're with it, then you're fine. We're just on that easy, slow pace. Hakuna haraka siku hizi manzi.
Maisha ni London.
Maisha ni London.
You rock with it if you rock with it. And if you don't like it, then that's okay. We're in a different space right now.
Okay.
Your nephew played a very vital role in all of this.
Yes, my nephew is the one who drew actually my EP cover.
You have a 25-year-old nephew. 25-year-old?
24-year-old nephew.
Really? That big difference?
1 year is a difference.
Huge difference. 24.
Yes. So
do you sometimes tell him to stop calling you uncle in public? You're like, bro, una
like,
choma.
So he's the one who drew it on. Actually, he drew it on a napkin. So now I was telling him, you know what, since you do like art and do like caricature and all that, see, just do for me something interesting. So the guy's like, you know what, sir, we're having dinner, guys just hanging around. After like 20, 30 minutes, the guy's like, okay, yeah, like, do you like this? And I was like, wow, you know what, I'm going to use this for my EP cover. This thing is amazing. So that's when I got that. I just did a few edits on it, and boom, that was it.
What? What's his name?
His name is Darren Amiani.
Dennis?
Darren Amiani.
Okay, Darren. We see you.
That's what's up.
And it was like for fun.
Yeah,
it was like, I just wait for these guys.
Yeah, to Nini, let me just draw this guy's face over here. And I looked at it on a serviette.
Shady uncle
with a big pen, not at anything fancy at Nini, just just out of free hand.
That's
so
how you know it's
that was like, these people need to know who you are. It's like, I'm going to use this as my EP cover.
Nice.
Exactly.
So where can people get it?
My EP is all over all the digital platforms. You can go on Spotify, Apple, Boomplay, Deezer, YouTube, Kila Mahali Manze, Hustle Sasa, Skiza, Ringback Tones. There's no place you cannot get it.
There's no place
you cannot get it. You can get it anywhere.
Make sure that you follow Big Pen though on social media.
Social media at Big Pen Jatello. Facebook at Big Pen Jatello.
That's what he did. That's what he did.
Who?
Your nephew.
Yeah, that's what he did. Yes, that's what he did.
While you were at lunch, that's what he did.
Yes, that's what he did.
On a napkin.
On a napkin.
Fam.
I know. I know. It's very interesting. So it's like these people need to see, and I'm all about trying to promote like new talent as well. And that's why even like my EP has the people who are collaborating. My EP, there's no one who's over 20. 23. I think how old is Silverstone Buzz? Maybe 22?
Maybe 21. Just like 21. Me. I feel like we're the same. Right? 21.
Iggy is 25 years old. So it's just a way of also trying to promote the new talent in a positive way. Exactly. Nice. Exactly.
But shout out to you. You know what? This is why I've always I thought you were such an amazing person, is because you always see good vibe. You always see the best in everybody else.
Thank you.
And I can't wait to see how this EP is going to do.
Yeah.
Please make sure that you support the EP. Make sure that you get it.
Yes.
Make sure that you copy it. Yes. Listen to it before you start complaining about Kenyan content and Kenyan musicians. There is a lot of talent, as he has said, here in this country. Please give Kenyan entertainers and musicians a chance.
Yes.
Before we have this innate ability to hate on ourselves so much and discourage our entertainers, our content creators. Please, let's stop doing that. Make sure that you cop the EP. The album is coming out before the end of the year.
And
You've been told that. You've been told that though. Yeah.
Yes, and there's a launch of the EP on the 5th at the Alchemist. Yes, so you can come through with a live band. We've had a full lineup of other interesting artists. So come through, Manzi. Come see Big Pen live performing for 1.5 hours for you people.
You're performing for an hour and a half?
Yes, actually.
That's a full-time show.
That's a full-time show. That's what I'm saying. Come for the launch. It's going to be the launch of the EP plus a full-time show at the Alchemist on a Sunday. Kuwa tu, usikuwe na pressure, kuja tu ukae tu chini, utafute food yako, get drink, ukae hapo nitakuentertain.
Ni how much?
Nitakwambia ni how much.
Oh, okay, bado tuna discuss. I like that. I like the honesty.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Big Pin.
Thank you so much for having me.
You're my brother.
Thank you so much for always having me. I know.
I don't think I've ever said no. I don't think I've ever said no. Shout out to my producers for always making sure that you come through to the show, Maggie.
For sure. Thank you for having me.
You are welcome.